Hi Booktube, coming back at you with another video. I thought I would sit down for this one because that's a more accurate reflection of who I am as a person. I have a cold as well, so I'm sorry if I sound funny. The cold does bother me. There is better lighting today as well. I have the natural light out of the window, so that's as much as my budget is allowing me. I've got my coffee, and yes, it is Elsa. I've got like 5 frozen mugs. ready to rock and roll. I love Frozen. So I'm really excited to talk to you guys about what I want to read for next month, and I'm already getting started. I'm one of those people who cannot wait for the next thing. Like, I literally just went to see Avengers Endgame midnight screening last night, and already I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking Avengers 5. Like, I'm excited. It hasn't been announced, but it might, and I'm really excited. Great film, great film. No spoilers here either. It might be a little bit early. It is only April 25th today, but I have 2 weeks off work now, and I am so excited to be able to get to finish April, finish my owls, and get started on an entirely new TBR. And I bought more books since my haul as well, and I'm just like, oh, I need to stop, but I can't. I physically can't stop myself. The way I am doing my TBRs now is a bit like Becca in the Books. I was very inspired by her Bookopoly videos to make my own sort of Bookopoly board, but I'm not going to show me, you know, playing my Bookopoly. That's Becca's thing, and I want to do something totally different. So I'm going to use it to pick my TBR, and I want to show you my board and everything because I think it looks awesome. And I'm really excited because this will be the first month where I've actually used it, because I made it at the start of April, but I'd already had my owls picked out by then. So yeah, I'm excited. So this is my Bookopoly board, and yeah, it looks, I'm really proud of it. Like, I drew everything myself, and then it got to the logo in the middle, and I thought, no, I'm not doing that. So I just printed that one out. But I have my Lady Liberty, Statue of Liberty piece that I stole from a Monopoly set, because I could not be bothered to make one my own. And yeah, so going around the board, I start with like science fiction. So I don't really read science fiction, but I would like to try it. So I may not roll on it that much, so I've just put it there. Read a classic, read a sequel. I'm so bad at starting a book series and then not finishing them off. So I've got that there. Chance card, which I've got 4 of on the board. YA romance, YA fantasy, YA fantasy. Because I'm a children's and YA bookseller at Waterstones, I've got more YA and children's on the board. Because I want to try and read as much as I can so I can recommend to people when I'm at work. And yeah, read an adapted book, friend recommends, which hopefully I never have to land on, because I can imagine some twat will make me read like the Bible or something, read a new release, which will not be hard for me because I buy a new book like every single day. LGBT, my children's, this one is my favourite. And I did the silver slippers as well to match the book. And yeah, Harry Potter, Narnia, you know, I just love this. I love this little strip. But yeah, read a retelling, start a new series. That's rather intimidating, especially since I always start them and never finish them. Historical, don't really read a lot of. General fiction, which I do enjoy. Debut novel. Horror. I don't know why I haven't. Why is this upside down? Why don't I turn it around? There we go. That's better. Yeah. That's better. Horror, read a ghost story. I do love horror. Films, books, love them. Read a 500 plus page book. I did actually have this as YA romance, YA fantasy, but I Tipp-X'd the YA out just so I could, like, if I landed on it, I could still read a YA romance if I wanted, but I can branch out a bit more now. Epic fantasy, which again I don't really read a lot of because I'm intimidated by them, but I do want to try and make more of an effort this year. Read a mythical book. Read a Wattpad author. If you don't know, I am a Wattpad star on the platform Wattpad, and when I say a Wattpad author, I don't mean read a book on Wattpad, I mean read a book that's been published, because otherwise it'll not count towards my Goodreads goal, and I need to read 100 books. So, and yeah, back to the beginning. And yeah, this is my Bookopoly board. I won't show me playing it because that is Becca's thing, and I'm not gonna do that. So I'll tell you guys what I roll on and things, and you're just gonna have to trust me. So for my Bookopoly, I feel like I should call it something else. It's trademarked. Gavopoly. You can call me Gav. So the rules in my Bookopoly are pretty much similar to Becca in the books. So I roll 6 times. If I get a double, I have to roll again. I read on average about 6 to 8 books a month. So I feel like 6 is good because if I just roll the 6, then that gives me some leeway into what I can pick, because you never know, something coming at work and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll take that. But yeah, I have just rolled my Bookopoly, so my Gavopoly. That's gonna stick. So I rolled 2 doubles. Yay. So my first roll was my lucky number, which was 7. Oh my god. And I landed on read an adapted book. Now this can mean also a book that's been adapted or a book that is an adaptation of a book. So like a novelization. Yeah, that's what I mean. So the first one that I picked is something that I only just recently hauled, and that is Aladdin. And that is mainly because Aladdin is coming out in theatres at the end of next month. So I'm thinking I might wait to read this one until the end. I'm still debating whether to read this before or after seeing the film, because I don't really want to spoil myself. But at the same time, it looks like a pretty good read. I'm excited. Aladdin is going to be wicked. And yeah, I think this was like a good first roll. And 7 is my lucky number. I love 7. It's my favourite. So that is a great start. And then I rolled a 10. And it wasn't just any 10, it was 2 5s. So it was a double. And I landed on read a retelling, so I am going to start to read Dorothy Must Die. I'm sure I have went through this before on the Kindle, but I can't really remember. It was quite a while ago, so I'm just going to give this another read and read Dorothy Must Die, the first book in the Dorothy Must Die series. At the start of the year, I made a list of all the series that I want to read this year, and I've already went through the Lunar Chronicles. I read that for the first time, the Lord of the Rings series I read for the first time, and I reread the Harry Potter series for like the 25th, 100th time. This is on the list as well as another one that's gonna come up. So yeah, out of all the retellings I have on my shelf, I guess this is the one I want to read the most. So Dorothy Must Die, Danielle Page. And then I rolled it on a 6 and I landed on general fiction, so I could literally have picked anything really. I wanted to read a book that I only had just hauled, and that is The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary, and I really want to read this, like ASAP. I still don't really know that much about it. All I know is that it's about 2 people who share the same flat, but they have it at different times, so they never actually meet, and they end up falling in love through post-it notes and things like that. That's pretty much all I know about it, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading it, despite not knowing much about it. So yeah, this had to come up on my Gavopoly. So. And then silly old May rolled a 10, but this time it wasn't a double, and I landed on read an epic fantasy. But that's good, because I need to start another series. I want to join in on a readathon this year for this series, and so I decided to go for A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. Ooh, like, I love the show so much, and I cannot wait for the Battle of Winterfell this Sunday. I'm staying up to watch it, because I live in the UK. It airs at like 2 AM on Sky Atlantic. But this one is a hefty book. I've been really intimidated by these books. I have them all. I've had good intentions of reading them long before now. Now with the final season airing and the Song of Ice and Fire readathon that's happening as well, I'm behind because they've already read the first 2 books and they're starting the 3rd one in May, and I'm only going to start this in May, but I want to try and I really want to try and get through this quickly, but still enjoy it. I don't want to binge it too hard. But I am excited. Like, I needed this push to start it. And oh god, like, oh my god, what am I doing with myself? I'll probably not read anything else. That's probably going to be it. I'm not gonna lie, that's gonna be a while to get through. That will take a while to get through. And then I rolled another 10, and this time it was a double again. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this Bookopoly already. And I ended up landing on science fiction, which I said I don't really read. It's good I landed on it, but I don't really own anything science fiction, apart from the Lunar Chronicles, which I already just read. So I decided to, I mean, I'll have to buy it, but I don't mind. So for my first science fiction book, I think I'm going to go for, drumroll please, Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. And I love the movie, and I know this one is quite different. The book is quite different to it, and like, oh, I don't know, like, I think I still enjoy reading it. I really enjoyed the movie. I do like science fiction movies, so I'm sure reading, I don't know why I've never read science fiction before. I just haven't. So I'm kind of glad it came up, but this has already turned out to be like quite a pile, and now I've got 2 extra rolls to make. So, okay, right, so Ready Player One, Ernest Cline, I'm going to buy it. And then I rolled an 11, and that brought me to LGBTQ+, and I am going to read Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Elias. A colleague at work said it's one of his favourite books of all time, so it's got something to live up to. I'm surprised I haven't read it already, considering I'm a gay man now. I don't know anything about it. Apparently it's about 2 guys who are total polar opposites, and they fall in love. Sold. And then I rolled a 5 and landed on a children's book. I don't have this one either, but I really want to read Malamanda by Thomas Taylor. And it's apparently a bit of a gothic children's book. And it's about a boy who lives in a hotel, and he tries to reunite past tenants of that hotel with lost objects. And it sounds interesting. Again, don't know what to expect with that one, but I want to read it for work. So that one is definitely on the list, and it comes out the 2nd of May in the UK. Hopefully the publisher will send a copy over so I can read it before then, fingers crossed. So that is another one that I'm going to have to pick up, hopefully for free. And that was my first extra roll. On my second extra roll, I rolled a 7. So I started with a 7, ended with a 7. Perfection, brilliant, because I landed on horror, and I'm so glad I did, because I'm going to read Gerald's Game by Stephen King. I'm trying my very best to read a Stephen King book every month, at least one. And last month I read Misery, the month before I read Pet Sematary, years ago I read Carrie, but those are the only Stephen King books I've read. So this time I'm going to try Gerald's Game. I love the Netflix movie with Carla Gugino. Why are her names so complicated? I love that movie. I don't expect this to be an action-packed book based on the movie, but I loved the movie regardless, but even though like not a lot happens in it. But yeah, it's a Stephen King book, so it's gonna be great. So it's about a married couple, and they go away to spice up their marriage, and during that, which we do not speak, the husband dies, and while she's tied to the bed, so she's stuck there with the dead body of her husband, unable to get out of these handcuffs. And there's just so many interesting aspects to this in the movie, so I'm really hoping this blows me away, because I ended up preferring the Misery book over the movie, and I love the movie, but I found the book just to be so much better. Same with Pet Sematary. I enjoyed both movies, the original and the remake. The original now though was terrible acting, and the new one was pretty decent, but the book is just miles better, so I'm expecting this to be better than the movie. Should have read this years ago. Came out the year I was born, fun fact. So that is my May TBR so far. Can't believe I rolled 2 doubles in my very first one. This is going to be a very interesting month. See if I can read all 8. I have managed to read 8, in January and March, and I'm currently on 9 in April, so I'm sure I'll be able to do this, but I'm still really scared about reading Game of Thrones. As much as I love the TV show, the books scare me. I mean, I've still got two books to add to this as well, but yeah, it looks pretty good. Yeah, okay, can you see? That's such a beautiful little pile. Aww. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video more than the last one. Let me know what you are reading in May. I'm definitely interested to see if we have any of the same in our TBRs. Give me a like, dislike, subscribe, don't subscribe. Do what you guys gotta do. And hopefully I will see you guys again in the next video. Bye.